Hey there, and welcome to this simple video about making a good first impression at work. I hope you find the information valuable as you begin a new job. So let's talk about that first day on a new job. This here is Harold. It's his first day at the office. His supervisor and several coworkers have offered to take him out to lunch. The whole crew piles into the boss's car. An Italian lunch was planned, but Harold has already declared that he hates Italian. In fact, Harold hates Mexican and Asian food as well. He only eats American bar food. The coworkers laugh it off in good fun and head to a local American grill. Within the first 15 minutes, Harold has shared his GPA, varsity sports resume, the names of celebrities he has met, and the number of beers he can handle. This is in between barking orders at the waitress and loudly remarking about how annoying the toddlers are at the next table. Throughout the lunch, Harold lobs out advice on diverse subjects such as car buying, lawn care, home decor, exercise, hunting, and golf. He has a better story and expert opinion on each topic that is brought up. After Harold has finished the most expensive lunch on the menu, he declares the food bland and announces his anxiousness to get back to the office to start his new role. The coworkers head out of the restaurant in disbelief about this new employee's behavior. I wish I could say this story about Harold is made up. Unfortunately, these types of situations actually happen. It shows us that first impressions matter and are hard to undo. If a new employee blows it with their coworkers on the first day or week, it begins a downward spiral that is very hard to recover from. Someone may have the educational background and technical expertise for the job, but rubs everyone in the office the wrong way. So how do you not be that guy or not be that gal? We're going to look at 4 simple tips. The first tip is to remember that your training and immersion into a new office culture is a long, slow journey. You do not have to share your entire life story the first week. Just be yourself and naturally let your coworkers in on who you are over the first few weeks and months. It takes time to build strong rapport with a new team. It's a marathon, not a sprint. Think about where you want to be 6 months to a year down the road with your team. Take intentional baby steps each day to get there. Our second tip is leave your ego at the door. Exude the confidence that won you the job, but recognize you are the new fish in the pond. Display an eagerness and willingness to adapt to the unique way that the company does things. It's wise to limit opinionated statements until you have seen how they would likely be received. Keep your eyes and ears open to observe how certain opinions are received by the team when other employees are talking. Now, not saying you should stop being yourself or not talk at all. I have simply observed that easygoing employees who avoid unnecessary drama will find that coworkers want to help them succeed in a new role. If you have an easygoing and humble demeanor, in contrast to our Harold example, your new coworkers will often give extra tips and tricks about how to thrive in the job. They will want you to succeed. Our next tip is to seek out respected employees while also cooperating with difficult coworkers. There will be a core group of top-notch peers you immediately identify as being respected within the company. Seek out these employees to build healthy working relationships with. Be intentional about it, but not in an awkward or desperate way. Find a balance of letting those relationships flow naturally, but also be proactive to make sure they grow stronger over time. Now, on the flip side, there will also be a handful of challenging coworkers whom you unfortunately cannot avoid interacting with. A key test in an office job is being able to cooperate with these individuals. Great employees learn how to not merely cooperate with the most challenging individuals, but also how to persuade these teammates to work towards a common goal. Coming out of the gates in a new job, butting heads with these people is not wise, even if they deserve it. Unless you're experiencing legitimate bullying in your first week, it's wise to save tough conversations until weeks in the future. I'm not saying be a doormat. I'm talking more about tough conversations having to do with the actual work product. After you have sufficiently established your own work product over time, then a sensitive conversation can be had with an inadequate peer who dropped the ball on something. This should be done with humility and humor. Appeal to how the peer's behavior or action affected you and others. Convey the information in an upbeat tone. Share how you understand why the mistake happened, and do not give any hint that there would be lingering bitterness from your end. Supervisors are looking for employees who can initially navigate these issues with difficult coworkers on their own, without immediately having to run to management. Now, if you've already tried some of these strategies and are hitting a brick wall, then those are definitely the instances where supervisors should be notified of a peer's poor attitude or mistakes. Just make sure you can go to your supervisor with examples of what you've already tried to make the situation better. Now, our final tip is to reflect and learn from your past. As you prepare to walk through the doors of a new job soon, take some time to think about these questions. What times in my life have I made good first impressions? What times in my life have I made bad first impressions? What led to the success or failure of these impressions? Am I easily baited into conflict with others? Are there common reasons behind why I typically fall for the bait? Stopping to reflect and learn from your past, both positive and negative elements from your past, will help you make the most of your first days on the job. So let's review. Our first key tip was that first impressions matter and are hard to undo. Next, we looked at the fact that you should remember that your immersion into a new office culture is a long, slow journey. Next, we said you should leave your ego at the door. And next, you should seek out respected employees while also cooperating with difficult coworkers. And finally, reflect and learn from your past. Having seen a lot of employees enter into a new office culture during my career, if you major on these tips, you will come out of the gates with a great foundation. Best wishes on thriving in that new office job. Feel free to check out my website, www.simplejobtips.com, for more simple job tips. Thanks for watching.